Sure, let's go.
Hey everybody, my name's Butch. So we have a long tradition in the band of writing tunes to commemorate important life events for our band member. This next tune is a set of 3 jigs, 2 written by our own Karen and Gordon, commemorating my wedding to my wife, Jackie. Her sister Abby's wedding to her husband, Jonathan. And the 3rd piece was written by a local Irish musician and friend of the band, Brendan Sheridan, for the birth of his son, Rory. I should mention that you're going to see a lot of pictures of wedding cakes up on the slideshow here. We also have a tradition of having band members. Nice. We have a tradition of having band members make different layers of wedding cakes for weddings. So any cake you see in pictures there are like band-made cakes. So this next set is called the 27th of August, the 1st of September, and Rory's Day.
I'm one of the few members of the band who was actually born into the band, so I didn't have a choice, me and my sister. But this next tune we were going to play, when my mom was pregnant with me, another member of the band, Steve Soderbergh, actually wrote this tune as a baby shower present for me, or for my mom, really. My mom, Karen, and my dad, Gordon. Shouldn't have mentioned that. But at the time, it was known as Insert Baby's Name Here Waltz, but now it's known as Maggie's Waltz. So I hope you enjoy it.
Our next tune is a tune that I wrote for Sean. That's Sean right here. Except that it has a different twist to it. It was for his daughter's wedding, but that day, it was a lovely day, and we were walking in the gardens and stuff, and Maggie, she's hiding. Maggie up there, she was about this big at that point in time, and we were walking around, and she'd pick up and she'd give me a rock, she'd give me a little plant, and all kinds of things that collected up during the day. And it made me think about what children do giving their families gifts. And so this tune becomes a title for Sean's treasure, the treasures they give their families. So next it will be Sean's treasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. All the years I've played that tune, and I really love it. Thank you. William Butler Yeats is probably the best known of Irish authors, but it's also not known that he was at times an emissary from Ireland to negotiate with the British in the 1880s. And he talks in a film that you can find on the internet of coming out onto Fleet Street and being devastated by the stress of it all. And he said this poem came to him at that time, brought him back to his childhood and when he wanted to escape and be safe on an island in Loch Gill in County Sligo. That's not the half of it, because what we have done is Martha has composed a bit of music to accompany the poem. And it really brings it into you, I hope, as it does to me. Martha, you want to do the Lake Isle of Innisfree? Yes, please. I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree. And a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee, and live alone in the bee-loud glade. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the veils of the morning to where the cricket sings. There, midnight is all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evenings full of the linnet's wings. I will arise and go now, for always, night and day. I hear lake waters lapping with low sounds by the shore, while I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's gray. I hear it in the deep heart's core. Thank you.
The next set has 3 jigs, which were written by my son, who's a violinist in Los Angeles, for my 60th birthday. And they're entitled Mist on the Mountains, A Cat's Tale, and Documents. And so they're about the beauty of the earth, which I always love, and cats, which I always love, and work, which I occasionally love. So thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy.
The next couple of tunes we're going to play are Hornpipes, written by members of the band. The first one was written by Sandy Moore, who's not here tonight, she's a long-time fiddle player. That tune was written to commemorate the marriage of two members of the band, Abby and Jonathan. The name of the tune is Turn Down the Sheets. The second tune was written by my daughter, Molly, who grew up in the band. I think she was about 6 years old when she started playing with the Irish Breakfast Band. She's away at school now, so she's not here tonight. But
Harvard Law.
She wrote the tune as a birthday gift to me, and it's called Lion's Head School. Speaking of people who grew up in the band, Jenny Johnston will be dancing some steps to these tunes.
I guess I'm up again. You know, most of you, oh, there's your hand right there. You know, all of you people know this neighborhood. You know that if you go out that door and you walk for 3 blocks down there, you come to the Duncan Branch Library. And it's the best library in the area, all over, hands down, no question. Has nothing to do with the fact that my wife worked there 35 years. And Brack back here was branch manager. Brack heard about Terrence Winch, and that he'd written a number of books on poetry, and Brack went out and bought every last one of them. There's 7. So I recommend you go down to the library. If you want to know about Irish American anything, read those poems. Anyhow, but Chuck, he's sitting over here, right here. He ran into Terry one time and he said, "Can we use some of your poems?" And Terry said, "Fine, use them all you like." So we are going to inflict band practice on you. Okay? We have 3 bottles on the kitchen table. One is filled with the music of 100 old hornpipes in the key of D that no one plays anymore. We drink and play. Pretty soon, they're no longer hornpipes, but tricky little reels from long dead masters, remembered by nobody but us. We play them, and they are like nothing anyone has ever heard before now. The ins and outs and ups and downs of them. Ins and outs and ups and downs of them. Like an old song sung by the jolly plowman to the fair maiden at midnight under her window, enticing her out for a forbidden fling that'll change her life forever. But pretty soon, there's nothing left but an old waltz we drag along the living room floor by 1 foot till it falls apart before we even figure out the second half of it. We never even get to the other 2 bottles.
It's behind you, of course. All right, so continuing in the spirit of tunes that were written for weddings, we're going to play two more waltzes. The first is called On High Cross Farm, and it was written for 2 band members who, although they've never left the band, have actually escaped to the area. So they moved up to upstate New York and had a farm at their High Cross Farm. And On High Cross Farm is the name of this tune, this first tune, and it's also the name of our CD, which we have in the back. And mentioning the Duncan Library, my understanding is that any of the Irish Breakfast Band CDs that we sell today, the proceeds will go to support the library. And then I'll mention... I wish it was my idea. And then the other one is Mark and Shauna's Wedding Waltz. It was written for 2 friends of ours that we played music with in California, Karen and I, before we moved out here. And after we moved out, they got married and we wrote a tune for them. So that's one of the first wedding tunes, actually, that we wrote. So, On High Cross Farm and Mark and Shauna's Wedding Waltz.
The next tune we'd like to do is written by a fiddler who used to play with us, Olivia Horan. And she wrote a reel, which is one of the few tunes written by band members in the style of Irish music. It was actually a reel. We've done a lot of polkas, a lot of jigs, a lot of airs. Olivia went off to Namibia, I think, to Peace Corps. And I think that was the last we saw her. But she left us with this reel that was called, it celebrates not the birth or the first grandchild or the wedding or whatever. This one actually celebrates the holiday, which is New Year's Day. And so she named it the New Year's Day Reel. And we call it the Hangover Reel. I'm trying to get my attention, right?
Well, I was just going to say, if you're watching the pictures, you'll see a picture of a bunch of kids leaning out of a window. It may be there now or not. When she went over there, she was having trouble with her school that she was teaching in Namibia. I can't pronounce it. Anyway, she wrote back and she said they needed an outhouse. And we sent her money and she built one. And the picture should be coming up over there somewhere.
So we got that going for us. Which is great, I think. So after that tune, we're going to feature our newest and youngest member of the band, Axel Nar, from Prince George's County. And here's an example of this community band that we're in. We range in age from the mid-80s to, I think, sophomore year in high school. Is that correct? We welcome all comers. Axel, the hot and budding drummer, studies with, in fact, Jesse Winch on the Bull Run. And I see Joanne Kelleher here. Joanne is also a ballroom player from the band in years back. Joanne, can you raise your hand? Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah, we're just a little beyond high school.
Hence, and Andy Kennedy. Oh, well, bust my buttons. Andy Kennedy. So anyway, it's an old one. And we're going to finish that set off. Then Axel rather is going to lead us into the high reel, which is a more traditional Irish reel. Thank you.
All right. We were debating who was going to do this one. I arm wrestled with Sean and he won, so I'm doing it. Anyway, Sean's going to read another poem. Of course, the Irish love their poetry as much as they love their music, and it's another, and their beer, yeah. But that comes later this evening. And then but anyway, so it's another Yeats poem, The Fiddler of Dooney. And then after that, we're going to play a set of 3 polkas. The first of which was written not for a wedding, but for the birth of the grandchild of one of our band members. So it's called May Catherine's Welcome to the World. And then we're going to play 2 more traditional polkas that we learned from Brendan Mulvihill, who used to live in this neighborhood here many years ago.
This is just an introduction to the music that we're going to play, but it goes with it. The Fiddler of Dooney. When I play on my fiddle in Dooney, folks dance like a wave of the sea. My cousin's priest in Kilvarnet, and my brother in Macabre. I pass my brother and cousin. They read their books of prayer. I read my book of Psalms that I bought at the Sligo Fair. And when we come at the end of time to Peter sitting in state, he'll smile on the 3 old spirits, but call me first through the gate, for the good are always the merry, and save for an evil chance. And the merry love the fiddle, and the merry love to dance. And when the folks there spy me, they'll all come up to me with "Here's the Fiddler of Dooney," and dance like a wave of the sea.
my name is Jenny. Thank you. Hi. I am the youngest daughter of Karen and Gordon, and the younger sibling of Maggie over there, of Maggie's Waltz, if you remember. And I was very jealous that she had a waltz and I had nothing. So, when my cousins, Lynn and Max, got married in 2009, both my parents wrote 3 sets of jigs, and they very kindly, out of pity maybe, named the first jig Janny's jig. And the second one is Lynn and Max's wedding, and the third one is the wedding party. Oh, yes, and after this we will have a brief intermission, and we'll be back with some more fun music.
Tell them to get some CDs.
Buy our merch. There's a table in the back with a bunch of CDs and other merch, and there's some coffee and some other food and goodies for you. Enjoy.